Hello and welcome back to IIBEC 2025. This is Heidi Ellsworth, and we are here on the Coffee Shop Soundstage sponsored by IB Roof Systems. And we are here with Chris Meyer of VaproShield, one of our coolest products that's out there right now. I'm so excited to have you on the soundstage. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, I love it. I love our conversations because you're doing some really cool stuff. So first of all, let's start with an introduction. If you could introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about the company.
Yeah, so my name is Chris Meyer. I head up our roofing segment for VaproShield. Company's been in existence for a little over 24 years now.
Yep.
Started off in the walls, mainly in the northwest. But we just broke into roofing. Last year was officially our first year in commercial roofing. And the amount of traffic we're getting here, the interest, helping our customers find solutions to some pretty old issues.
I know, some real pain.
Oh,
real pain in roofing. So tell us a little bit about your products and why they're solving some of these or providing solutions.
So we, as my team is probably sick of hearing me saying, we have two different products, but different horses for different courses, right?
Right.
So we've got a vapor barrier product, which we'll have some exciting news here in the next couple of months, specifically on that one. But that product is super aggressive. We're getting a lot of interest in it just because of the way that it works. Like right now, I think off the top of my head, its adhesion to steel is 36 pounds a pull.
Wow.
Which, like the highest numbers I've seen before is like 17, so that's
amazing.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
But really our flagship is the Slope Shield product.
Yes.
And it's because of the solutions it really comes down to. So a lot of the conversations we've been having today with consultants is more around the average roof system, the way that we install them. We think about all that moisture that comes from the outside, and we're not thinking about the moisture from the inside, and we're not protecting the most expensive part of a roofing asset.
Yes.
When we have moisture buildup in those buildings, you get your false leaks, which could damage assets internally,
right.
Whether it's a data center, whether it's a library.
I was going to say data
costly.
Centers and everything that's going on, hospitals.
Mm-hmm. So, and then the other part of it is just, the energy efficiency, with that becoming more of a focus. The NRCA, I believe it was, that released something last year that, having moisture buildup in your roof can be a drain up to 40% on your integrity of your insulation. Well, for any customer, that's a 40% increase in your heating and cooling.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's a lot of interest around that. The other part of this product is just its unique ability for any type of restoration too, because you can use it to dry out some of the existing in certain areas and then coat right over the top of it. So there's interest in that as well.
I love that. Really when you think about everything that's going on with roof restoration right now, you are positioned perfect.
Yeah, I think it's a great solution, not only for contractors, but for the consultants as well, because every time you have to mobilize a crew to tear out and replace with like kind, it's more expensive. And just from a sustainability standpoint, it's a lot for consultants to be able to say, hey, we can leave what's there in place for the most part and just coat the whole thing, and we're doing what's right for you instead of trapping more moisture. Yeah,
not only is it the environment, which is important in landfills, but it's also cost.
Oh yeah.
And time and exposure.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, the risk. To me, it just makes so much sense. I'm like, it's all coming together. So what's been your favorite part of the show so far?
I think my most favorite part, well, obviously being here with you.
I like that. That's awesome.
But I would say a lot of it is just the engagement we're getting across, even before the show started. So my building scientist is presenting tomorrow. I believe it's at 4:15 tomorrow.
Wow.
But he's already getting people coming up saying hi. They're excited about his talk. So it's really good, just the engagement that we've been getting so far.
Yeah, and so you have a class at 4:15 tomorrow. So we want everybody to know that if you're watching this, well, if you're here at the show, seeing that, be sure to go and check that out, because this is really what you're doing is no one else is doing.
No one else is doing it right now. We talk a lot about vapor barriers, but for the most part, they're only really needed in high humidity environments or in cold environments. So you're only using them in 20-30% of your roofs. What are we doing for moisture control for everybody else?
Right, exactly.
And that's the problem Slope Shield solving.
Yeah, I love it. So how important, you've been around, you know this industry, you've done so much. how important is the consulting community to roofing?
Critical. The consultants help. I would say they're the spoke in the wheel, right? Because they're bringing the manufacturers, they're bringing the engineers, they're bringing the consultants, they're bringing the building owners all together.
Yes.
So that we're giving a customer the best solution possible.
Yeah.
And that was my phrase thus far to everyone who stopped by is, thank you for your confidence in our product, because having the consultants involved is critical to providing customers with the best solution possible.
Yeah, that's so true. And I love that you are so passionate about the consultants. What are you hearing from the consultants? I know you mentioned a little bit, but what are you hearing from them about your product in the booth?
I'd say mainly it's excitement, because this is a problem that they've been dealing with for years.
Yeah.
Especially the excitement's been around, the moisture in concrete, whether it's lightweight or or structural, I'm sorry. They're like, oh my God, I could use this to solve that issue. Or, hey, we've got this drain that's been backing up into the roof, and they just want to tear it open and leave it open for a few days. Well, you can't do that in Houston, Texas. It's going to rain on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do? You install SlopeShield.
Use the SlopeShield. That is so great. Wow. Well, thank you. You can find out all this information about SlopeShield and all the VaproPro products on Roofers Coffee Shop on their directory. So check it out. There's some great articles. We've had some great podcasts. So it really is a revolutionary product that's going to change how things are done. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Stay tuned. We're going to be back with more interviews.